I was prepared to be grumpy about and uninterested in the Oblivion Remaster. And there are a few reasons. Mainly, it's because I really do think, like, we're all joking, oh, this has been the worst kept secret in gaming. I think that might be true, though. I don't know. I really think this might be just the most crazy example of a game being leaked so far ahead of time that it's absurd. It was last year. Last year, I was coming upon articles about how there was going to be an Oblivion remaster. And here's the thing. The problem isn't just that its existence got leaked early. It's that even back then, I don't even remember how long ago it was. I feel like it had to have been at least like half a year or more. It felt like it was earlier last year. Even then, the idea was that this remaster would be something that was like shadow dropped on us. It was like Oblivion remaster coming, and it's imminent. It's coming any second now. It's gonna get shadow dropped. But like they were saying that since the beginning. So like, I don't know, if you announce a game too far ahead of time, then that can kind of kill hype a little bit. This was that to the extreme. It was, hey, an Oblivion remaster is coming any second now. And then it just didn't. Months would go by. I'd see another article about how it was coming any second now, and then it wouldn't. So by the time recently, like earlier this month, we got a bunch of rumors about, oh, it's really coming this time. I was just sick of it. I was just completely sick of hearing about it, feeling like it's coming at any second. And I don't know why this was such a poorly kept secret. I really don't understand it. Like, people were like predicting, no, it's coming this weekend. And they were like, well, I didn't even follow all of it. There's like a website leak or something. Some publisher accidentally revealed. It's just, nobody was able to keep even a single aspect of this thing's existence secret, like at all. And I don't get it, but I was just sick of it. Even you know, a week ago or whatever, it was like, no, this is really it. This is actually it. It's actually going to be revealed this time. I don't care anymore. I just don't care. Shut up. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of hearing about this. So that was one reason. I'm just kind of like done with the whole thing. Microsoft finally actually revealed it. And big surprise, it's releasing today. Okay, good. At least we didn't have to wait any longer. At least the shadow drop did at least happen. But then even beyond that, I wasn't really sure if I was going to be interested, because I did play Oblivion. It was my first Elder Scrolls game. It was my first like open world game. Really, like back when sandbox games, open world, like it was just not as much of a thing. You know, I didn't play Morrowind. I hadn't played anything like that before. So it was a big deal to me. And I really did enjoy it. However, I am one of those people, that was a very divisive issue. I'm one of those people who feels that the game was nearly ruined by the leveling system. I will spare you the entire rant, but for those who are unaware, the leveling system in Oblivion it's messed up. It's really messed up. It's kind of like you know how like in Pokemon, you can just play the game regular and that's fine. But if you want to go deeper, if you want to like really make sure your Pokemon are extra powerful, you want to like exploit the game's features, you got to do like EV training and stuff. You got to like dig into like the meta and figure out how best to maximize your gains on each Pokemon. Oblivion kind of required that you do that. Like, it required that you figure out how the leveling system works in a not intuitive way. Like, if you do what the game says and you treat leveling like it's, oh, there's like primary skills and secondary skills, so put those on things that you like, that you'll be doing a lot. No, and again, I'm not going to explain the whole thing, but basically, if you did not exploit it, if you did not understand it and exploit it purposefully, you would only get minimal gains to your stats, but your actual level would go up, and all of the enemies in the world scaled to that level. So basically, I played the game for dozens of hours, I don't know, maybe even 100 hours or more, and I got to this point where my character was not strong enough anymore. I literally couldn't play the game anymore. Enemies were too strong. because I played the game the way that the game told me to play. And I want to go on that rant. I want to give you the whole entire thing. Personally, and not everyone feels this way. A lot of people think it's fine, but I don't know. I had to stop and ditch my whole entire game. I was furious. I feel like Oblivion's leveling system was... I had to stand on this soapbox eventually. I've been talking about video games forever. I've not had an opportunity to air my grievances here, so it's happening here, at least a little bit. I think the original leveling system in Oblivion may be the strongest example of objectively horrible game design that can be found in a, like, mainstream popular game that I personally have ever seen. I've never seen a more popular game with a bigger flaw. I literally had to quit my file and start a new one where I exploited, and it's not fun to be, like, micromanaging every stat and keeping track on paper, and I played it anyway, and I did have fun, but Skyrim came around with a better, actually more intuitive leveling system. I went to that, and I never looked back. I never wanted to play Oblivion ever again. So again, yeah, I'm grumpy. I'm grumpy about Oblivion. I'm still feeling the sting of that. So this remaster is coming around, and I'm like, yeah, but they're not going to fix the leveling. So, too many people don't even think it's a problem. You know, you go on message boards or Reddit or whatever, and every time there's a post about how the leveling system is broken, most of the replies are like, yeah, but you're stupid. It's not broken. You just don't know how to play the game. It's not even a problem, blah, blah, blah. So I kind of thought, I don't know, they're probably not going to want to change the game too much. They're probably going to want to be true to the original. I've heard people complain about Skyrim's leveling system, and it is true that Oblivion's leveling system was messed up, but it at least gave you stats based on what you were doing. You know, you jump around a lot to raise your jumping stat. I really liked that part of it. So I don't know. I didn't think they were going to make any big changes, so I was prepared to just let this announcement come and go and not really give it a second thought. Probably not even do a video or anything. And yet, I got to tell you right now, I don't think shocked. It's quite the right word, but I am really, really surprised. I really am, because they just revealed the Oblivion Remaster, and man, they've done a heck of a job here. They really have. And like, you know, what does a remaster mean these days? It's not a complete remake. Okay, so you're probably going to be using, like, you know, the original game and just, like, you know, making the textures better, making the resolution better. You're not going to, like, do too much work, right? No, this is one of those remasters where you could almost call it a remake, where, like, yes, it's using the same basic code, but they've, like, redone all of the assets. They've redone them all of it. They have remade the visuals of the game. And I'm like watching the trailer, the little like behind the scenes thing, and like they have tweaked so much. They've gone so much further than they needed to. They could have just done some basic like up-resing stuff, and like, I don't know, people still would have bought it. Of course they would have. They probably still would have sold millions of copies. But they really wanted to do right by the game. They dug in and they did like everything they could to make this game better. They even like went in and recorded new voice lines so that there's more distinction in the voices between the different races. They've re-rigged all of the animation so that the different races have better animation, so it's not just like the same face mapped to these wildly different features. Like now, like, you know, the different they just feel more natural. They've updated the UI. They have updated combat. They've like changed the animations for combat so that it feels a little bit better. And you know what they've changed as well? They've changed the darn leveling system. I still don't know all of the details, but the way they describe it, it's something of a mix between the leveling systems from Oblivion and Skyrim. So the best of both worlds. And I mean, like, sure, maybe I'll check out the details and I will not be happy with what they changed. But I honestly, anything other than the original, like if they have changed it at all, even if they just gave it Skyrim's leveling system, even if it wasn't best of both worlds, I don't know, like it'd be cool if, yes, it still had some of that like cool flexibility and reactiveness again, where like I am performing this action and it levels up that stat. I would be happy if they were able to retain that, but even if not, even if they just made it not a broken mess anymore. You got me. You kind of got me, honestly. Like, that's really why I never returned to Oblivion after all these years. And now they have announced this. It looks great. They've updated all of the visuals and everything just to make it a better game in every conceivable way. They've fixed the one thing that was bringing the game down and made me never want to look at it ever again. And golly, I kind of want to play it now. That's the thing. It is a really, really good game. And again, that was the first game of that kind that I ever played. So it really does have a special place in my heart. It's a terrific game. And, you know, Starfield didn't go over super well. Was not really happy with Starfield. Why couldn't they have made it good? Like Oblivion and Skyrim. Well, now here you go. I've got an opportunity to play Oblivion again if I want. And it looks better than ever. It's on modern platforms. And you know what? It's $50. $50. It is less than the price of a full game last generation. And that is despite the fact that it's, and that's the thing, it's multi-platform. It's not just an Xbox game. They have just, you know, PC, PlayStation, Xbox, everything. So that's cool. And then they're still putting it on Game Pass. So like, I've got an Xbox. I could just like buy a month of Game Pass or something and pay very little. And plenty of other people, many, many millions of people have Game Pass. So they're going to just be able to play it for free. And despite that fact, they've still priced it at $50. Despite the fact that they have done a lot of work. They actually put a ton of work and love into this project. They didn't need to do. They didn't need to do all that work. It was not necessary. And yet they did it. And they're charging $50 for it. And I could play it today if I want to. And I know the concept of pricing has been a thing recently, you know. Oh, how are all, you know, not just Nintendo, how are all game companies going to be pricing their things going forward? You know, oh no, prices may go crazy, but I don't know. Despite all that, Microsoft over here, you know, I got a lot of problems with them. And yet every once in a while they do something really right. And Oblivion Remaster looks phenomenal and it's $50. And that's it. It's only 50. It's not 70. Could have been 70. It's certainly not 80. You know? Oh, and did I mention, it includes all of the DLC. Yes, it does. Oblivion came with a pretty darn good amount of DLC, and it is all included there in the $50 price. That's, yeah. They got me. Like I said, they got me. I'm like sitting here recording this, and I'm like, oh boy. I wonder if I could get away with spending just, that's the thing. These games are huge. You want to spend hundreds of hours, and I'm like, well, I could like stream it. What if we could stream it? It'd be like a business thing, right? It's for my YouTube channel. It's for my fans. Maybe I could stream it. Maybe I could justify that. I don't know if that will happen. I don't think I have enough time. But the fact that I'm considering it at all, the fact that right now I am tempted to turn this off and go boot up my Xbox and like hook it up to my capture card and stream myself playing Oblivion. The fact that that's even like almost on the table. That's really saying something. I don't know. This whole thing, they surprised the heck out of me. So, yeah. Do you think they're going to put it on Switch 2? I mean, the Switch 2 has been revealed now. So, like, they could have at least announced it, right? But they didn't. But they should put it on Switch 2. Because I want to play it on Switch 2. Huh. I think best course of action is probably to say, I'll buy it when it comes to Switch 2. So that then, if I get lucky and it doesn't come to Switch 2, I never have to buy it and lose 250 hours of my life to it.